So I think we can all agree that Marvel is going downhill right now, and going downhill pretty fast. And I'm not just talking about the fan perception. I'm not just talking about how much people enjoy the content, but also in the money that's being made. And you can say that, yes, today the report came out that Shang-Chi is now the highest grossing film of 2021. And that is true, but look at the films from 2021. They're really not that many to go off of. There's not that many to compare it to. So yeah, good success, good job by Shang-Chi. I don't actually know the exact box office numbers because that's not what this video is about. But I'll probably do a video on that very soon where I talk about the Shang-Chi box office and if it's actually a success or not. Spoiler alert, it's probably not a big success unless it continues on with this box office run. Unless the legs continue to grow somehow, unless the legs continue to be extremely strong, then it's not going to be that big of a success. Maybe it'll make a few bucks, but it's not going to be a big success like the old Marvel movies used to be. But this video, we're going to be talking about the fact that Marvel is not only, like I said, they're losing the good fan perception that they used to have. And it's not just that, but that definitely plays a big part in it. They are also losing money for Disney. I don't know if you remember, but a couple of days ago, if you saw the video, I made a video about Disney Plus losing subscribers, and the CEO of Disney came out, Bob Chapek came out and said that they expect the subscriber growth to slow even more going forward in this quarter. And if you think about the shows that have come out, you think about the movies that have come out recently, I'm just saying we had no problems with Disney Plus. They were constantly coming out and saying the growth of Disney Plus is tremendous, that they were on pace to catch Netflix and all this other BS that they were talking about whenever Star Wars shows were the primary shows coming out, whenever The Mandalorian season 1 and 2 were the primary shows coming out on Disney Plus. There was no problems. There was no Bob Chapek coming out and saying, the subscriber growth is expected to slow, and that the subscriber growth has already slowed down, because The Mandalorian was a very, very highly regarded show. And when it comes to WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki, I would say that Loki is probably the most praised show out of all of them. But when I talk to people who are diehard Marvel fans who have no idea about any of this stuff that I talk about, they don't care about any of the stuff that I talk about. They just want to consume good Marvel content. They want to consume good Star Wars content. Even they said that they hated Falcon and Winter Soldier and that WandaVision was just kind of whatever. The build-up in WandaVision I thought was really good. I thought it was very creative of a show, but then the finale, I didn't think it was as bad as everyone else thought it was, but I definitely thought it was a little bit underwhelming for the build-up of that show. I thought it was a lot of things didn't really make complete sense in that show for the finale. So all the Marvel shows really just didn't deliver like The Mandalorian did. Like The Mandalorian season 1 and season 2 delivered. Plus the Marvel shows don't have a Baby Yoda. They don't have a Grogu. So that plays a big part in it as well. But like I said, it's not just a fan perception. It's also the money that's being made. Shang-Chi's not going to make a lot of money. Black Widow definitely lost money, a lot of it as well. But let's check out some of the things that Marvel has done recently to really lose their fan base and also lose this money that they're losing for not only the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also they're losing money for Disney Plus. They're losing subscribers for Disney Plus. Kevin Feige came out, and I believe this was back during the WandaVision finale. He said, Kevin Feige says he regrets whitewashing in Doctor Strange cast. So if you remember back whenever the WandaVision finale happened, they said that Doctor Strange was supposed to be in it, but Kevin Feige came out and said that he wasn't in it. They didn't want to put him in it. They originally had him in the script, in the finale. I believe it was in the post-credit scene where Wanda was kind of reading the book. Well, I forgot what the book's called, but the very special book that she's reading at the end of the finale, at the post-credit scene. Apparently, Doctor Strange was supposed to be in there. Kevin Feige came out and said that he didn't put Doctor Strange in there because he didn't want another white male coming to save the day. That is not something that you say because it's going to alienate a lot of fans. Why would you not want a white male coming to save the day? What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with any race or any gender coming to save the day. But why is there a problem with the white male coming to save the day? That's going to alienate a lot of your fans, and that probably has something to do with the fact that your shows are not doing well at the box office, or the movies aren't doing well at the box office. Obviously, that everything that's going on in the world definitely plays a part in that as well. But it's still Marvel. We still expected Marvel to be the exception, and it seems like Marvel's not the exception. And it also has something to do with your shows not doing well on Disney Plus and kind of, messing with the Disney Plus numbers. You have to think that Disney is kind of shaking their heads a little bit and maybe scratching their heads a little bit at, is Marvel going to be able to recover? Are we going to have that powerhouse in Marvel? Are we going to be able to lean on that Marvel powerhouse for the future? Because that's how they've been leaning on them in the past, and they probably thought 2021 was going to be a huge year for Disney Plus, and it ended up being worse than 2020. Marvel reportedly may rename the X-Men to be more gender inclusive. This might be the worst one out of all of them. If you don't know, Victoria Alonso was the person that said this, that the X-Men name is outdated, and she did just get promoted at Marvel. She just got a higher up position at Marvel, and for a long time, people like John Campea and others had been saying that Victoria Alonso is kind of being groomed to take over for Kevin Feige whenever Kevin Feige does end up leaving. And now that she's promoted to a higher up position, it seems like that is going to be true. And she was the person that originally came out and said that the X-Men name is outdated, that they should go with something like X-People or maybe even mutants or something like that. It would be so stupid if they ended up doing that. But it's Marvel, it's Disney, so you can't put it past them. It probably will end up happening, especially because Victoria Alonso, the person who originally brought up this issue, has been promoted, and she probably is being groomed to take over for Kevin Feige. So she probably does have a lot of say. And even when Kevin Feige is on these red carpets, whenever they're at premieres, Victoria Alonso is always right next to Kevin Feige at all times. They're always taking pictures together with all the actors and stuff like that. So she's definitely being groomed. Kevin Feige is definitely getting her ready to take over for Kevin Feige whenever he leaves. Things are going to go really downhill in the MCU whenever that happens. We think Kevin Feige's bad. Wait till Victoria Alonso gets in there, because we always hear about the stuff that Kevin Feige says, but the stuff that Victoria Alonso says is way worse than Kevin Feige's stuff. I promise you that. Marvel is going to be killed, no question, whenever Victoria Alonso gets in there. There is no question about it. Hopefully something happens, where Kevin Feige ends up staying, or maybe they end up promoting someone else to that position, because I really think that Victoria Alonso would ruin the MCU completely. But Kevin Feige also says he wants to showcase LGBTQ characters in the MCU. Nothing horribly wrong with this, but it just kind of plays into the narrative that they've been pushing with the, you don't want white males in it. You don't want straight white males coming to save the day and stuff like that. Just whenever you say stuff like this after your long history of doing just weird things with certain races, with certain genders, and then you come out and say stuff like this, it just kind of reinforces the fact that, it's not going to be fun. We're not going to be able to have fun anymore watching your content. We're not going to be able to escape anymore watching your content. It's going to be all real world politics, all real life politics, just being pushed down our throats at all times, telling us how we should think, telling us to consume and not even worry about what we're consuming. Just hopefully look forward to that post-credit scene and then look forward to the next movie or the next show. So like I said, this isn't the worst thing in the world that he said this. I agree. I mean, there should be LGBTQ characters in movies and TV shows 100%. I don't think that anyone should ever feel like they're not represented in the movies and TV shows. I don't want anyone ever feeling like that. That would be a horrible feeling. But the fact that he says this, and then after he did all the other stuff, after he said all the other stuff, it just kind of reinforces the fact that Marvel's going downhill. And I think that this is kind of a good decision, honestly. Captain Marvel 2, Brie Larson dropped for the Marvel. So Captain Marvel 2 is no longer called Captain Marvel 2. A lot of people don't know this, but it's actually called The Marvels now. And that's probably because Brie Larson is just not a well-liked person. Even Marvel fans really don't like Captain Marvel because there's nothing to really like about Captain Marvel. She's played by an actor that everyone hates. No one really likes Brie Larson outside of the role. And the character is just not that likable because she's great at everything already. She's the most OP character so far in the MCU. And so it's so OP that she can't even be in the movies for the whole movie, because if she was, it wouldn't be a very fun movie to watch. It would just be her destroying everything and saving the day immediately. But also, this could be the nail in the coffin for Marvel if this does end up happening, because in my opinion, Spider-Man No Way Home is really the only thing that's going to save the MCU going forward. Maybe the Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness movie will make a good amount of money, and then also maybe the Thor movie will make a good amount of money. Maybe Guardians 3 as well if Thor is in that movie. But Spider-Man is no doubt Marvel's biggest money maker from now going forward. Now that Captain America and Iron Man, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. are both out of the MCU, apparently they might come back. Who knows? I think that they probably will end up coming back. But this, whenever they could lose Spider-Man, if they do lose him, they will also be losing Iron Man. So Robert Downey Jr. couldn't come back as Iron Man, but Chris Evans could still come back as Captain America. And I think that they should bring them back. Business-wise, I think it's a good business decision to bring them back. But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. What do you think about the Marvel name just kind of being ruined? Not only, like I said, with the fans, but also they're not doing well on Disney Plus. They're actually losing Disney Plus subscribers. They're actually slowing the Disney Plus growth. And I think next year will probably be a lot better with the Star Wars shows coming out. Hopefully, they better hope it is. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link to that will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching the video. Hope to see you in the next one.